everybody. I'm Brian Tonsoni, Delphi Bracketology, with our introductory video of this year's Game Day podcast. With me is Jesse Scowden and Jensen Reef, and we will be explaining each section of our new podcast. We'd like to give a shout out to Student Union Sports for sponsoring our broadcast, also to IU DJ Unique for making our individual music that you heard on the intro. Each week we will start out with the week in review. We'll talk about the teams and the games that happened the previous Saturday, any news that happened in college football, and we'll get the podcast started that way. Then Jesse, explain our hot and cold segment, if you would, please.
So we wanted to bring variety to the show, so we decided to come up with a hot and cold topic. So basically every week there's a hot team, which is the team that's doing really good, and then the cold team, which is maybe like lost their last 3 games and were projected to be good.
And Cole Rickles, one of our veterans, will be doing that. And then we'll come back to the main set of us, the 3 panelists, and we'll talk about the 3 big games of the week. And usually we'll have a total of 6 broken down into 3 sections. Jensen, then the next section or next segment will be our tailgate tip. Explain to our listeners what that is going to consist of.
So we're consisting of a tailgate tip this year, and our tailgate tip will be hosted by Kane Meyer and Marcus Austin. And what the tailgate tip consists of is when you go tailgating to your football games, we always like to have a little good advice to give you before you go out into the game. So be looking out for, some pro tips from some of our guys here on the team.
You've never lost a tailgate. Your team might have lost a game, but not a tailgate. Then we bring it back again to the 3 panelists. We'll discuss 2 more college football games of the week that we think are very important. We'll give some key players, some statistics, and then we'll do a Heisman Watch. And Jesse, explain the Heisman Watch segment.
Yeah, so every year there's a pre-Heisman list that, Kurt Herbstreit will always go over. It's the top players of the year, and I just messed up.
That's okay. Keep going.
All right. So
It's
this year,
intro video.
all right, this year Kurt Herbstreit. Oh my God.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ESPN comes out with a list of Heisman players that have done really good this year, and so every week we'll find the best players and the top performances.
And Jensen, then our last main segment will be the game of the week. Explain to our listeners what we're going to do there.
So game of the week is the 2 best teams that we believe will be the greatest matchup on the field. So we will be covering that game specifically, and we will be giving you our details and thoughts about the game throughout it and afterwards. Along
with the details of that matchup, we'll have a traveling reporter, Kevin Klein's in Hollywood. Kyle Klein will be doing our traveling on-site report thanks to the green screen. And then our other faculty member, Dave Gilbert, will be bringing you listeners a college tradition of the week. We will wrap it up with picks, some rapid-fire picks of the 6 games, plus some final analysis on the game of the week. And then that'll be a 15 to 20-minute podcast for every week's games all the way through bowl season. So thanks, guys, for joining me on this intro. You'll be seeing Jensen and Jesse throughout the year, as well as some of our other Bracketology members. We're up to 13 members from 6 last year, and we're really looking forward to bringing you some information on college football. Thanks again, StudentUnionSports.com. Check it out. Great spot for some college athletic news. Thanks, IU DJ Unique. No one spins them better than you. We'll see you next week.